All right, welcome back to another episode of Asset Coach and Tax Strategist. Thanks so much for investing your time with us. I hope this content is enjoyable to you. If it is, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. My name is Robert Wolf. I am the Asset Coach and Tax Strategist, founder and CEO of Terra Firma Business and Financial Consultants. And as an Asset Coach and Tax Strategist, our goal is really just to help you understand what your assets do, how to strategize them, and there's other things that affect the growth of our assets, the growth of our wealth, the costs of our taxes. And so really everything on this channel is about what we call economic termites. I wrote a book called Economic Termites. You'll see it in the description down below, as well as my other book, Farming Assets. In Economic Termites, we talk about how we know what a termite is, right? And when we find a termite, we know the damage has already been done. So economically, we have the same thing. There's four major termites: taxes, which we talk a lot about on this channel; inflation, a ton of conversation on the silent tax inflation, how that affects you, how it affects the real value of your dollar, and then also time. Most people don't talk about this. Some financial advisors will talk about time and how compound interest over time helps you. But what about lost time? How about decisions between the fourth termite, which I call our queen termite, laws and regulations, which is our politicians? They make decisions that affect our taxes, our inflation, which affects the time of our wealth accumulation. So all of these are huge. Now, we can use other tools that are out there, such as positive debt instead of negative debt. We can use some of the different asset classes that are out there, understanding what kind of investor am I? Am I an accredited investor or non accredited investor? What do I have access to? How do I manage and control all these things? So all of this is educational information that we try to put on this channel, give you as much information as we possibly can. If you're a physician, please go to our other podcast and YouTube channel called Wealth Mavericks. And that is all about you as a physician and common questions that physicians have and what we do to help with that and understanding all of this stuff specifically to you as a physician. So yeah, there'll be a link down below to access that YouTube channel as well. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, great question. Let's talk about something a little more positive. And not that everything we talk about is negative, but it would be exciting to talk about the 10 largest companies in the US, Europe, and China. I found this actually fascinating, and I really love this Visual Capitalist website. It does such a great job of giving us good visuals of what we're looking at, how we look at certain things. This was published just a day ago, and so let's look at the United States, our homeland. So the United States, the largest company is Apple at 3.4 trillion. Nvidia is right behind it, very close behind it. Microsoft very close behind it. Amazon. Okay, so let's stop there. Okay, so first of all, we have these are the companies that really drive a lot of the flow of the technology that we have. Okay, so Apple is no longer Apple computers, right? It's just Apple, and they have a lot of just different consumer products, and a huge following. Brilliant business model of creating subscription. Microsoft follows suit as well. So fantastic. And then we have Amazon. What I love about Amazon is that Jeff Bezos, for close to 19 years as a public company, okay, showed a loss every year in the business of Amazon for 19 straight years as a public company. Most people don't understand that. Why? Because what Amazon was brilliant to do is, sure, they started with as an online bookseller, but now you can get everything on Amazon. And here's the interesting thing is, as they had profit, what'd they do with the profit? Put it back in the business and kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. Then they went public, kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. Then they started creating other areas that were huge benefits to them, as well as, oh, well, maybe we should start offering this to others, like Amazon Cloud Service. Okay. How about you and I being able to sell stuff on Amazon? and we use their platform to build our business. Now, resellers, Amazon, things that get returned that can't be resold, you can actually go auction off pallets of material or products and goods that people bought and shipped back. The companies wouldn't take them back. They're sitting in these Amazon warehouses. Most of them all brand new, and you can go. And there's a couple of YouTube channel people I watch. You can go bid on a pallet, get that pallet, see what's in there. It's like Storage Wars. You just bid on the storage unit. You don't know what's in there until you go in there, and then you see what you can resell and make money. It's a huge capitalistic opportunity, Amazon. Love it. Then you have Google, which is Alphabet. You have Facebook, which is Meta. Tesla. We have Broadcom. So Nvidia, really right here and right here are really kind of like core functions of making sure a lot of the technology is moving and working and all that fun stuff. Then we have Berkshire Hathaway and Walmart. Okay. So out of all these companies, my big favorite is Berkshire Hathaway. I'm a huge fan of Warren Buffett in his business mindset. Most respect his discipline. Oh my goodness. For 66 decades, 60 years, he has proven his discipline year over year. And he has built this conglomerate of profit. They just came out with like another 25 billion in profit or something like that, or 77 billion, or is like 24% profit, or I don't remember. It just came out about a week ago. And his letter to shareholders right here. I haven't read it yet, so I plan to read it. And what I love about Warren Buffett is that he's in his shareholder meetings, he treats everybody as if he was on their side of the table, meaning he talks about the good, where a lot of companies stop there, but he also talks about the bad, some of the struggles. And like I always say, business is messy. It's not easy. It's complicated. And it could, you as an individual and your team can make it easier or more complicated. And so I love that he goes through that. So here's the top US companies, right? And these are all international companies, right? Because other countries utilize these products as well. So it totals $20.4 trillion. All right. Now let's go to China, because one of the things we're always worried about, right, is China, 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 China. And then when we're not worried about China, we start worrying about China, 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 right? So at some point we got to get over all of this. But let's take a look at this. Let's look at China. Some of these Alibaba, which I know is very similar to Amazon, okay, used to be the most valuable company in the world, has dropped significantly. Most of these are banks. Bank. I think this is a bank. Why did I bring this up? Because the Chinese economy is propped up by us as consumers through manufacturing. But the reason why the banks are the biggest is that those are the organizations that supply the rest of the country construction and goods and services within the country. It's China. China is a fake economy. It's a fake economy. Now, they do a lot of trade with Europe as well, right? They do a lot of, they're the manufacturing hub of the world, but we're all leaving China and going to other countries. And back here at home as well, manufacturing is picking up back here at home as well. Okay. This is important. Why is this important? Because we can't trust them. They have proven to be not trustworthy. And that in business is huge. Trust and credibility as consumers. If we don't trust an organization, we no longer purchase. We see that all the time, especially in the last couple of years since the pandemic, since 2020. Okay. Now let's look at Europe and the UK. So they lumped in the UK in there. Now, Most, and I don't know most of these companies, by the way. L'Oreal we do, Shell we do, Linde, I think is chocolate, right? Pharmaceutical. This is a consulting company. We have a friend who used to work here. It's the only reason why I know that. SAP, I think, is a tech company. Louis Vuitton clothing. It's like Novo Nordisk. I think this is also pharmaceutical as well. I don't know what Hermes does or SML. But anyways, so when we look at China, China's is 2.6 trillion, but then you look at Europe and the UK, it's 2.8 trillion. So I love this. Europe and as an organization, including England, has a stronger economy, so to speak, larger companies than China itself. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right? Here's what's interesting. A lot of these products that we have here in the US get manufactured in China and other Asian countries. Again, we're like I said, we've been over the last decade exiting out of China, which is why their economy's been having such a rough go of it. And I've said this on previous episodes before. For the U.S., a strong economy for us is when our GDP goes up by 3%. We're like, that's awesome. They're good, strong, consistent. You know, we're going well. And anything above 3%, wow, that's gravy. 2.5% is like, ooh, tighten the belt, right? But really 3%, we're doing well. China needs like 12 to 15% to feel like they're doing well. They're at 10%, 9% growth. They're suffering. Why? Who are the largest companies in China? The banks. Why? It's not a capitalistic country. It's a communist country. How can your banks be your largest in a non-capitalistic country? That's why I say a fake economy. Fake. Just what it is. So, anyways, hopefully this was interesting. I found this to be interesting. But again, I guess this is my channel, so is it about me? I don't know. It's my opinion, but I do this for you. I do this for fun. So if you like this content, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. Check out some of our other content. And again, if you're a physician, jump over to our Wealth Mavericks YouTube channel. Check that out and see how all of this here relates to you as a physician over there. All right. Thanks so much. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.